Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show. And today we have a video that so many of you guys have been sending me nonstop since yesterday. And this is a video by none other than Jeffree Star, and the title is Our New Dream House Tour! And this video to me is especially interesting because, first of all, Jeffree Star is a money-making machine. I mean, pretty much he could do whatever he wants and it's going to be printing millions of dollars. But not only that, but I'm also a real estate agent licensed since 2008 and also a real estate investor. And this property is in none other than California, where I live. So I'm going to be watching this video and giving my thoughts coming from the perspective of a real estate agent, a real estate investor, a YouTuber, and also someone who finds this. I mean, the house is massive. So we're going to watch this and we'll see just how unbelievable this house is.
Every time I accomplish something, I see that there's so much more out there for me to do and things that I want to achieve, and I just can't believe it that I'm here.
You know what? I gotta say that is so true, and the best way to put it is almost like you're climbing a ladder, and every foot you climb up, the more of the horizon you get to see. So at the very bottom, you have a hard time seeing how far you could go, but when you take one step up, all of a sudden, oh wow, you get to see a little bit more. And by more, that's code for basically opportunity. You get to take another step above that, and then all of a sudden, wow, you can see a little bit more. And then as you climb the ladder, the more you get to see, the more opportunities out there. Then it just starts building on top of itself, and then pretty soon you're at the very top of the ladder, and you hope, you pray that you don't fall off the ladder and have to start over again, because that would suck.
2019 has been a blessing, and we didn't even plan on moving. We've outgrown our house. Our pink Barbie house, we outgrew it years ago. I get labeled a hoarder sometimes because our house was always so messy, but you guys, I had no room to put anything.
That is something that I am still just in disbelief of. Like, how do you outgrow 10,000 plus square feet? Like, okay, I admit, I'm in 850 square feet right now. I'm just starting to outgrow that. Like, now I feel it's a little small because I want a reef tank and a drum set. Like, those to me are really important. I want space for that. But like, I could even do that with like 1,500 square feet. Let alone like, this house has got to be 20,000 minimum square feet. Let's just see.
But when I saw this place online, my head was like, oh my God, it's such a dream.
All right, so here we go. With a little bit of searching, I was able to find the house. It is almost 20,000 square feet. Can you believe that? 20,000 square feet. That's amazing. His last home, by the way, was 7,100 square feet. So he's almost tripled his square footage in one real estate deal. You gotta hand it to him. That is impressive.
Okay, so we're pulling up to a gate. I heard there's more than one gate. This is all so crazy.
You gotta bet, by the way, the security to get in that gated community is insane. I've been to a few gated communities like this in the past. They check your ID. They check the IDs of everyone in the car. They run your license plate. They will verify, too, with the homeowner that you're supposed to be there. Even the service crews and the gardeners and everything like that, they don't get to just go in. Trust me, security on places like this is top notch.
What is going on? I feel like I'm in this is like Las Vegas, but I don't have to leave my neighborhood.
Ever. Yeah.
Oh my God.
This is nuts.
You know, this is the inner real estate agent in me, but you can see some of the intricacies of the landscape. And trust me, that is not cheap to maintain or water or landscape. I mean, that's really expensive stuff. And I know some of these properties have like daily landscapers who come by every single day, and their job is to make sure things just don't die and look pretty 24/7. Because trust me, if the gardener doesn't come to this place for a week, you're gonna notice it. It's gotta look perfect. And the cost of doing that is usually at minimum a few $1,000s a month, just in landscaping. That's it. I know one property in Bel Air, I'm not gonna name it specifically, but it was like $15,000 to $20,000 a month, and landscaping and watering. It is ridiculous. But on the bright side though, it always looks immaculate. It looks perfect. It looks like the gardener just came 5 minutes ago, because they did.
Matt's moving in, we have live-in security.
Oh man, live-in security. Can you imagine that? My live-in security right now is my cat Ramsey. That's it, but he's not that good at it. If a stranger walks in, the first thing he does is run and hide. And then only when he gets to know you will he start like biting your ankles and stuff like that if he's upset. But that's my security pretty much. Oh, and also SimpliSafe.
I mean, obviously things leaked online. A lot of media outlets have posted it. There's a few people that were trying to sell this house that never could. So there's like videos of like the real estate floating around. And I'm like, can you all just take that down? At least my address, but you know, it's out there. And at the end of the day, you know, we are in a gated community. If you live in here, please leave me alone. My dogs hate when people are driving by.
The gate at this community was a lot.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's
more.
a different tier of who's Lion's Gate. You know?
Okay, so here's another real estate agent's point of view, because I've dealt with celebrity clientele before that we've had to sign NDAs for, and I can't even mention like who they are or where they moved to, but I will say paparazzi and their address will get leaked almost no matter what, because all it takes is someone to follow them home from a restaurant or just go and get a tip-off from one of the neighbors. And eventually, as much as you try to hide your address, if you're famous enough, it just ends up getting out there. But again, with Jeffree Star, the best thing you can do, honestly, first of all, gates keep a lot of people out. And then in a gated community too, they really monitor, especially for a place like this. They pay such close attention to who's going in and who's going out. There are cameras everywhere, and pretty much nothing goes undetected. And the level of security of places like this, it's like Fort Knox. So even though his address is out there, I'm sure you could find it, as I basically did very quickly, but it's all out there. Although I would never want to try to like just show up or anything like that. Like, you'll go to jail, so don't ever do that.
Are you lost?
Say hi, baby. Say hi to Raymond and you and Shane.
Hi.
Wow, I mean, the thing is, it's not really my taste. It's a bit too ornate for me, but you have to admire the amount of work that goes into creating something like this is mind-boggling. I mean, the amount of people, I mean, you have hundreds of people going by that home working on it every day for years to complete it. It really shocks you the level of detail when you walk into a home like this that you don't see on pretty much anything else.
Look at my dining room. Hi, party. I just can't wait to eat Taco Bell on here and just like live.
That table, I gotta say, is massive. You really gotta like hosting people over at your house to have a table like that. Like, I purposely like keeping small tables so that way I don't have to have too many people over at my house at one time. I really don't like cleaning, and I don't like things to get dirty, so the less things get dirty, the less I need to clean, and the better it looks. There you go, problem solved.
This is the 3-story Willy Wonka glass elevator. Please do the honors.
Oh my god, I'm so excited again.
Yes, sir!
That is so cool. That reminds me of Ben Malle's house in Florida. Again, that was another, I think it was like 20,000 square feet right on the beach in Florida. It was absolutely amazing. But he also had a glass elevator in there, and there's nothing cooler than that. And then something interesting that I found is that elevators really aren't too expensive to install. I mean, you would think that these could be like several $100,000. I have seen homes, they put in elevators that are like 75 grand to 100 grand. So it doesn't need to be this thing that only like $10 million mansions have, but I've seen a lot of other homes, even for like $2 to $3 million, that have an elevator in the home. So if that's something you ever want in your house, to save up like $75,000 to $125,000, you could probably get yourself a pretty decent elevator, if you're ever just feeling lazy like that.
Shane, welcome to the Star Theater.
See, you have to appreciate that too. Just the level of detail and craftsmanship that goes into building something like that is really just mind-boggling. And the real cost behind building a movie theater isn't so much just like the design aspect. Like, I have seen some of these alone with like $250,000 to like $400,000 worth of just equipment behind it, just so that you could watch like Netflix in your home studio and have it look like 4K.
I've never seen a movie theater like a real movie house.
This is the type of home you see, by the way, and then you go back to your own home afterwards and you feel like, I am poor. What am I doing with my life? My place is so small. My place is so awful. Because something like this is so over the top, it just makes you reevaluate your entire life. I should really just start selling makeup now.
Cordova Pink House had a 4-car garage.
Okay.
We now have a 16-car garage.
Okay.
Thank God.
16-car garage. 21 Savage would be so happy with this.
This is an actual parking garage. It's an apartment complex.
This is like a car store.
By the way, I love the color on the Aston Martin. I think that's so cool. But then again, I'm one for like flashy colors on exotic fast cars. That to me, that is cool. And this garage to me is just, it's a parking lot, is really what it is. You have a parking lot underneath your entire house.
So of course we got Nate's baby, we got Mike, crazy.
Look at the license plate he has on that Aston Martin. It just says period. That's it. You don't need to say any more than just a little boop, little dot right there, period. That's it.
And then come in.
See, that's when you know you have too much space, is just when you have a room dedicated to pinball machines. And that's it. That's it. Just this is my pinball room. Come hither. The pinball room. One of these days, though, I'm gonna have this with an aquarium. I really want an aquarium room. So maybe one day someone else is gonna be reacting to my video about my aquarium room, and they're gonna be, that's when you know you have too much space, when you have a tiny room dedicated to an aquarium. But anyway, regardless, this house is insanely impressive.
Cute little secret gaming room.
Oh
This is
yeah,
cool.
this is good.
Who wants to play?
Plus also, I gotta say, I'm a fan of the black walls. I've noticed now, a lot of other YouTubers have started doing black walls. There's something about it. It's so cool. It's got such a neat vibe. It makes the room look a lot bigger than it actually is. There's nothing better than having black walls.
Wow. Look at the quartz, the crystal, the marble.
Oh my
all the
God.
tile work. Look at the bathtub. It's like real Beauty and the Beast.
Wow, I mean, just the amount of tile that's in there. My eyes would be spinning. Again, not really my style, but you have to admit, I mean, that takes a lot of work and a lot of money to do that.
Just washing off the blood of my enemies.
We're gonna need a lot of water.
I gotta say at this point, it's really no surprise that this house has taken so long to sell. Actually, let me look it up online. I will tell you how long this house has been sitting on the market for. And yes, because I'm a real estate agent, I have access to all of this information on the MLS. So let's see, here's what we got. Wow, so originally, without giving away too much information, it was listed at just under $17 million in March of 2014. Since then, it's been listed every 6 to 9 months, taken off the market briefly, listed another 6 to 9 months, taken off the market, listed again, taken off the market, and then it seems like they tried to lease the home last year for $75,000 a month. But that listing was on the market too long, it expired, and then they relisted it again for sale at a slightly lower price, and then after almost 200 days on the market, it finally sold. And from my perspective, as a real estate agent who has sold houses like this, and I've had listings like this that are so specific, that are so custom, that most buyers, probably 99% of buyers who see this home, walk in and they just think, this house needs too much work, it's not my style, it is so specific to one particular owner that it's not worth it for me to buy. So houses like this do generally take a few years to sell because you're just waiting for that one specific buyer. That's it. There's always one person out there who's gonna walk in and be like, oh my God, this is perfect. And that for this home was Jeffree Star.
So all jokes aside, you guys, when you're sitting here and you go number 2, there are some features that will fully, with hot, nice water, spray your hole down so you don't even need tissue.
Saving the environment.
Exactly. So you use no paper, a little bit of water, and your hole is sparkling.
If it shoots water, wouldn't you need to dry it off? Unless it has a dryer built in. So it could be like one of those things where you put your hands underneath one of those faucets, water comes down, and then you put your hands underneath the dryer and you sit there doing this for a while and it dries. Maybe that's what it does. I don't know. So someone comment down below and let me know the details of this.
So we all know my famous pink bedroom. This will now be all black velvet, gold. You see where all the redwood is?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I hate it. It makes me sick.
I gotta say too, of all the trends out there that are coming back in style, I really do like black and gold. I think that's a really cool design. I mean, obviously I'm kind of partial to the whole black thing, but I think right now black and gold looks so cool together, especially if you intertwine that with some like 1920s kind of like classic stuff. I love that look. I'm sure in 10 years from now we're gonna look back at this and be like, what were you thinking? Because it almost might be like the early 90s when you have just like gold trim on everything and it looks horrible now, but it's coming back in style now. So take that for what it is.
Whoa.
Oh, hi.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. This is okay. So wait, what? That's a closet.
Wow, I mean now this looks like a whole store. You're walking into a store, but it's a bathroom. Oh, come on, that is so cool. You got your own Equinox inside your house. You could save $220 a month on your Equinox bill by just having it built in already. That's a great way to save some money.
That urinal, that's the dream.
Yeah.
That is the dream.
When you have a urinal, you know you made it.
Yes.
So this is your locker room, your little locker room where you put your stuff. You know,
Is this a changing room?
Yeah. It is a,
For me!
That looks like the bathroom of like a really, really, really high-end restaurant. You know when you walk in and there's some dude just sitting there handing you towels and mints and stuff? It looks like he would have that person sitting in there just waiting for him to go and use the urinal.
Okay, so after you work out, it's time for facials, massage, and meditation. Follow me. The Zen room. It's an actual hotel spa.
Yes!
See, I want to know where you find the time to use any of this, because I feel like Jeffree Star would be one of these people that's so busy doing a whole bunch of other stuff that you would never actually use any of it. I mean, maybe the gym, fine. But you're never really going to use a lot of what's in this home until you're retired. Like, you gotta work full time just to use the things in your own house. That's how I feel, at least. Like, if I had any of this, it would really never get used because I'd be working so hard to pay for it all. That's the truth.
You know what hasn't settled is that this is all a backdrop for my channel.
Yeah.
And a tax write-off.
Wow, I mean, the whole thing is really impressive. I am curious, though, first of all, how much he's going to be spending on all the renovations and upgrades. My guess is that all of this that he was mentioning, he's probably going to spend about $1 to $2 million fully customizing this house exactly as he wants it. I'm also curious what the maintenance is like. How much does it cost just to clean that house, water the garden, do the pool, do everything else with the house? How much is that? My guess is that it's probably, I don't know, I want to say maybe $7,000 a month, all in for like utilities, water, gardener, landscaper, house cleaner. It's gotta be. Not to mention just property taxes alone. Every single month to own a house like this is a little bit over $15,000 a month. A month just in property taxes. It's like $500 a day. Boop. Gone. Property taxes right there.
Everything in the white fences is all our property. And this is part of our land.
That's your house?
And it is empty right now. It's fully empty with plumbing, ready for whatever. And I am going to turn, oh my God, I haven't announced this yet at all. I'm so,
Ooh, launch.
come on, launch. Next palette. No. I am going to turn that into the beauty barn.
That is cool. See, I'm always a fan of getting a property with something else on the lot that you can go and do something with. Not to mention, a lot of this for him is going to be a tax write-off because he could claim he's using a lot of this for his videos. So if anything, I think this purchase is extremely smart. Him customizing it is very smart. Him doing this with a separate house is extremely smart. The more tax write-offs you can get when you're making like $50 million a year, probably actually more, probably like $100 million a year, the better. So I am all for all of this, and I think it's going to be transformed into something really amazing. I can't wait to see the final product.
Just thank you to everyone out there that watches my channel and supports me. I will forever be grateful. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.
All right, so we just finished the video, and I think you can't help but watch this video and really just be like all hyped up afterwards. Like, going and seeing this and hearing about this to me is really inspiring. I'm sure there's going to be some negative Nancys out there who go and look at a house like this and go and see this and be like, this is so stupid, no one needs a home this big, and just go off on like negativity. But I gotta say, like, overall, I'm really impressed by this. I think he's got such a great work ethic. It's really inspiring to see the story, and just seeing that this is possible, that you can, or I should say, really anyone can come from nothing and then build up a massive empire is really cool. And just even seeing a house like this and getting an inside look into this sort of lifestyle, to me, is just really cool. You gotta respect the hustle and the work that goes in behind this, and just the motivation watching a video like this really gives you. And I have to say, as a real estate agent for a home that he's going to be living in for quite some time, I think it's a good purchase. A lot of this could be a write-off. And me being like a finance guy, I really want to know exactly how much it costs to maintain a house like this and just what goes on behind the scenes. But I don't know if he's ever going to be sharing that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, if you have not already, hit the like button, make sure to do that. As with the subscribe button, notification bell. Also, feel free to add me on Instagram. I post it pretty much daily, so if you want to be a part of it there, feel free to add me there. And lastly, if you guys want 2 free stocks, use the link down below in the description. Webull is going to be giving you 2 free stocks when you deposit $100 on their platform. One of those stocks is going to be valued up to $1,400. So if you want a chance to get 2 free stocks, just use the link down below in the description. And actually, one more thing I want to mention. This is the first time I'm mentioning this actually in any YouTube video because it just started up. I'm trying this out. Instead of doing private consulting or coaching calls or anything like this, I'm going to be trying trying out a weekly mentoring group for just a small group of people, seeing how it goes for a month, and then after that, if it's something I really enjoy, if people really enjoy it, I'll continue that. But if you want to be a part of that, it's down below. Also, all the links are in the description. Just click that. I'll link to it if you guys are interested. We'll try it out. It's going to be every week for like 60 to 90 minutes. I'm going to be answering all of your questions, going over real estate deals, or really whatever you want to talk about. That's what it's for. So again, link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.